Welcome back. I am Miss B, and you are watching me on Miss B's Academy. I'm driving home. I have the camera in the thing that like shields you from the sun, so that I can concentrate on driving. So it's Saturday here. I'm out and about. I've been to a few locations, and I've been writing a bit here or there. And even though yesterday was Friday and yesterday was the past, I am still kind of in my feelings about what happened, you know. If you've been watching my videos, you know that my job is very interesting. There's a lot that goes on at my job. Most of it isn't good. And I am the light and the lighthouse, the favorite, the one that students feel like they can come to and talk to. And I'm also the one that my coworkers feel threatened by. They always feel like they're in competition with me when they're not in competition with me, because you can't compete where you don't compare, and that's something that they don't understand. So when I got to this school, okay, so March 7th, 2020, that was the day when we were told, that was spring break, and that was also the day we were told that we would not be reporting back to school and that we would be working from home online. Shortly after that, not shortly, but a while after that, maybe 2021 or 2020, when we had the exam, students had to come to school. And at this time I was at a different school, and we just had a principal, but we didn't have a vice principal. And I didn't know that someone had put their name in for vice principal, but I do remember that there were a couple of people in the bay across from, not across, like across the building, that would always be very nice and very kind to me. Oh, come over when you can get your food, you can get some food and sit down and talk with us and everything. And they were very kind and they were very cordial. And eventually that person who was always kind and cordial to me ended up becoming the vice principal at the school. And her first order of business was to get rid of me. So she gave me my transfer papers, and she told me, maybe one day you'll be a manager. Now, let me be quite clear with you. This is not my country, and these are not my people, right? The birthplace of humanity is, in fact, Africa. Adam and Eve were, in fact, black people. Lupita Nyong'o is Eve's granddaughter. So we know these are facts now. I always knew they were facts, but in the 21st century, we can confirm them now. So that's what's up, right? And so, in my mind, I'm like, of course I don't want to be a manager in this country, because these are not my people. We don't think alike. We don't worship alike. We don't come from the same culture. Like, we just don't have anything in common other than the fact that we're human and maybe in the same gender. But there are other things that we just don't line up on. That's just not something that we line up on. I can't help you. I'm sorry. You're a man. I can't. I really can't. I would love to help you, but I am a woman and you are a man. I wish I lived in a world where I could stop while you were having a problem and you wouldn't like rape me or kill me or harm me. But we don't live in that world. We live in a world where, a woman is nice enough to stop and she ended up being killed and raped and molested and mistreated and found somewhere in the back of a trunk somewhere. So, you're a man. You're in a much better, you're at a better advantage than I am, especially in this part of the world. So somebody will stop and help you. Lord, please let somebody stop and help these young men. It is 43 degrees Celsius outside, so I know it's hot, but please help them. Please send someone to help them. And so because I'm outside of my own comfort zone and outside of my country, I don't wish to be a manager here, right? I really don't. I struggle with just being, a teacher here. but not really struggling, but just, struggling because I'm different. And on that note, I teach, but I'm not a teacher. I instruct, but I'm not an instructor. I profess, but I'm not a professor in this season. I'm being very careful with my I am statements. And let me just interrupt and say thank you to all of my 50 subscribers. Thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing, because I completely appreciate you. I was very appreciative when I had 47 subscribers, which is my age at the current moment. But now I am truly happy. Thank you for everything. Please get my watch times up. And if you know someone who's like us, ask them to join us, to subscribe, right? Because it costs absolutely, positively nothing to just subscribe and watch my videos to the end and share them with a friend who is struggling at work like us, right? So I went to this school during a public holiday. So someone said, oh, you're going to be going to this school. I said, all right, cool. It's just right up the road. I was like, all right, cool. So I went there and I noticed that the school was tiny. Now, mind you, I had actually asked for this school. I had asked for a small school with small classes. That's what I asked for. I kind of manifested this, right? But I got, like they always say, you got to be careful what you ask for, because child, baby, ever since I got here, it's been crazy. So when I first got there, I was sitting on the opposite side. When I visited the school when no one was here, I noticed that the energy on the left side was a lot better than the energy on the right side. So when I came in that day, I went to the left side of the building and sat down. Now, those people came in and they weren't like, that person wasn't nice to me. They let me know very quickly the English department is on this side. And I was like, Lord Jesus, peace be upon you. Now I got to go to the crazy side. Now, she could have said, oh, somebody is sitting here, so you can sit here, right? That would have been nice. But no, they sent me over to the crazy side. And I was like, all right, cool. So I usually come in early. I probably said this before. I usually come in early, because that's come to work on time is coming to work early. Do my job to the best of my ability is clocking in. Minding my business at all times is sitting at my cubicle, minding my business, doing my job, keeping my head down. And then when it's 3 o'clock, it's deuces, I'm out. Lucy, I'm coming home, right? That's me. Lucy, I'm coming home, right? And if you're part of the sign language community and my anything I do with my hand bothers you, please forgive me. I'm not trying to be rude to you. Please forgive me. I don't speak sign language. I know a little sign language, but just please have mercy upon me, because I'm not trying to be rude to you. I love you. You're an amazing community, and I want to thank you for your contributions to our society. Many people don't know your contributions, but you've done a lot for all of us, not just for your people, but for the able-bodied community as well. And you are definitely appreciated. You're loved. You're liked. You are accepted here. I accept everyone. Except people who are bullies, who control and manipulate, and serial killers and narcissists are not accepted here. Like, you have to go somewhere else, because this is not the place for you, right? So I would come in first person. I would be the first person there. It would be nice and quiet. I could get work done. And then all of a sudden, like I said, they would just be this. There was this one person, for some odd reason, she just had to come in just bringing noise. Every morning you could hear her and smell her. And, she smelled like baby doo-doo. Whatever she was wearing, she would smell like baby doo-doo, right? I don't know what that was about, but, right? And so I would just, do deep breathing. And then, it came to me that, this is not where I belong. I don't belong here with these people. So I first went outside to sit, because it's out in the open. There's fresh air. They weren't like, lighting up incense and stuff inside the office. For whatever reason they do that. They just do that, and that's another thing that really bothers me here. They care more about the outward appearance and everything outward, except and not what's inward, right? So to give you an example, this school is extremely old. It was built by someone who is very important. And so the school has a smell. Like any old building has its own smell, as the rooms, because it's an old building, it has its own smells, right? Right. This is just basic common sense. It's not rocket science. But for some odd reason, it's rocket science for some people. right? So I remember they came into, the social worker came into her room, and the first thing she said was, "Oh, the room smells," And I'm thinking to myself, why would you say something like that to a bunch of pubescent teenagers while their bodies are changing? And in my mind, I'm like, I don't know any Christians, Quakers, Mormons, Seventh-day Adventists, Catholic, Lutheran, Protestant, atheist, agnostic, Buddhist. I don't know any. There are 4,200 religions in the world. I have been blessed enough to meet one person from each religion. And I have never met anybody except these people who literally walk into a classroom to talk about the way a classroom smells. Do you remember what it was like to be a teenager, to be a pubescent teenager, to have your friend visit you once a month and sometimes destroy your clothes and completely change the way your body smells, the way you look, the way you feel, the way you walk through the world for 1 week? Like, are we really from Planet Stupid? Do we really not understand the impact that comment makes on a teenage child whose body is changing and not really understanding why it's changing? Because maybe they're not learning that in school. You know what I mean? How insensitive are you? And what kind of religion are you practicing when you're insensitive to how, you know what I mean? Like, do you not remember what it was like to be these girls' age? Or do we not care? I'm telling you, just Planet Stupid, just complete wackadoo wonky Planet Stupid. And you pray to God with that mouth? You just walk into the classroom and just, right? Now, I couldn't care less how a room smells. I care about how you feel today. How are you feeling? Okay? Lord Jesus, peace be upon you with these people you left me down here with, right? And so I went outside to sit because it was better than what was going on inside. So what did people start to do? People would start to just randomly come outside and just start shouting for no odd reason. I had my headphones in, so I wasn't able to hear them. The person who's supposed to be the manager at our school, she would lift up her blinds and just watch me outside. I had a student tell me, she was like, "Miss B, she's watching you." I said, in my mind, I was like, moving on, don't say anything. I was trying not to say anything to her. I was just saying, something inappropriate in my mind, like, I'm not even going to say it on YouTube because I'm just not going to say it. I'm going to, just not going to say it, Lord. I'm just not going to. Right? And so from there, the librarian, like I said, had invited me in, right? Well, let me rephrase that. Let me go back. So the manager decided that, and at this time, one of the teachers was actually sitting in the art room, right? Which is a nice and quiet place. And nobody cared that she was sitting in the art room. Like, nobody cared at all. Nobody cared. The manager told her to go back to the office, and me too. And this is how I would feel so much better. I would feel so much better. And I should have known that I was working with somebody who needs someone to please her, right? And I'll tell you why I say that. Because one day I came to school and she said, "I love you," to me, the manager. The manager. Yeah. Just to give you a little bit more depth of the craziness at this place, this woman actually said that to me. You know what I said to her? "I love me too." Because I do. Right? And I'm thinking to myself, the first thing I was thinking is, I don't know what religion you think you're practicing, but the love that God, the Creator, gives you, that's love for you. That's yours. You keep that for you. You keep that for you for as long as you need, because He is the source, and He gives this unto you to be a resource unto yourself, right? So you must not know what to do with the path of light love that is given to you, okay? The second thing I thought was, you don't love yourself. You don't like yourself. You haven't accepted yourself. The other thing I said was, you're not in a fulfilling marriage or a fulfilling relationship. So maybe your husband doesn't even like you. And I don't know what your relationship is like with your friend, your kids, but I don't think it's a healthy one for you to come to school. And I'm talking about somebody who she is probably married to her first cousins. We know her children. She gets a stipend for each child that she has. She has a nanny for each child, plus she has a maid. She has a nice salary, plus she gets more money on top of that. I get that part too, right? She has free health care, right? She has a nice house, several cars, right? So by every stretch of the imagination, this woman is blessed. She has everything she needs, but apparently she doesn't have love. So that means she doesn't have friends. So that means she comes to work to be accepted, befriended, liked, loved, and respected. That's sad. That's just sad. I mean, there are no other words for that. That's just sad, right? And then I started, so I went back to the staff room. Wasn't happy there, and then I just left for real. I was just like, let me just sit outside right now, because I just don't really be bothered with y'all. And this, and that's when no. I went to go sit in the art room, and then eventually got locked out of the art room, right? People started nosing around. Like I said, the students who were very introverted would just come to school and just sit down with their friends, and they would come join me in that room. And that was like that was their safe haven, a place where they could come and sit down and hang out and chill. They were very happy to have that space. That space meant everything to them, right? And then one day I come in, and the secretary, we call her now, she's locking people out of rooms, and meanwhile she's giving somebody else a room right across, right? Right, this person, they can have a room, but Miss B can't have a room. I just think that's interesting, right? And you know what the funniest thing is? The manager was the one who told me, oh, you should go back into the staff room. But she wasn't the one who locked me out. But you allowed somebody to lock me out. And I'm like, wow, this is what love feels like, huh? Right? So the people in the office would just cut, fool, and act up whenever I walked in. And so one day the manager got it in her mind that if we buy each other gifts, that we would like each other. Do you see where I work? Like, what kind of stupidness is that? A random person buys you a gift, and so now we're friends? Listen, I keep telling you, I'm an introvert. I don't come from Planet Stupid. That's just not where I'm from. No. Accepting gifts from random people because I want someone to like me. And somebody, thank God you're married to your first cousin, honey. Because I'm just like, that does not make logical sense. In order for someone to like you, you have to buy them a gift. I don't know where that comes from. That could be cultural. I don't know where that comes from. No random person has given me something I've liked them. Like, I just went into a shop to buy some salt, and I got beautiful earrings. I'm not trying to be her friend. Not because she's Filipina, not because she's a cashier, because that's not how I'm wired. No random person could just walk up to me and give me a gift and be like, oh, now we're friends. It's like, that's the way you do it in your culture? Yeah, that's not real life, darling. I don't know where that comes from, but that's not here. And so from being locked out, the librarian invited me into her space. So as you can see, I've had to move to different places just to get what I need. You want to know what I need? I just need to be alone and left alone to do my job. I come to work, not for gossip, not for friendship. I don't need these people accepting me. These people are very interesting. There is no level of acceptance these people can give me because they haven't already accepted themselves. Like, why would I want anything from you? you haven't even given to you first, right? Everything you get, you must give to everybody else. And I understand that, because I have, as of late, I've been giving everybody my energy and my everything too, until I realized, no, that's not what we're doing today. We're no longer giving people things that they don't deserve, right? We're no longer going to be doing that. And so in the library, minding my business, right? And, during this time in the past, I had a lot of high energy. People were just hitting me. I was just coming back, right? If they hit me now, I'm still coming back, because now I'm taking back my energy. But the one thing I'm still in my feelings about is, like, how is it that I am the only person who minds my business? I'm the person who does nothing to no one, and yet there is no place for me to lay my head. There was no place for me to sit. I can't sit in peace. People got to come in, start whispering things into the librarian ear. Now she acting crazy, and she's acting crazy because I no longer come with the energy. Like, really, people? Like, right? Because I no longer come with the energy, and because I no longer come with the energy, she no longer wants to be around me. Now, to be honest with you, I shouldn't be upset with her. I should be happy, right? Why should I be happy? Because she just showed me who she really is. Now, let me tell you why I'm upset. I'm upset because I want to be upset with this person. Please go away. I do not want anything, like, just go away, right? I'm not upset with her. I'm more so upset with myself, because I'm thinking, this could be a spot where I could just hang out and just chill and be cool. But what I did not realize was, I'm not welcomed here unless I bring my energy. That makes me angry. I'm not welcome here, right? I'm not welcome here. If I'm not bringing my energy, if I'm not high energy, I'm not welcomed here. And that makes me angry, because I personally do not feel like I have to be bringing somebody energy in order to be accepted. I'm a human being. I should just be accepted merely because I'm a human being. And yes, I do accept myself. But at some point, it would be nice. It would be really, 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 really nice. It would be so nice if people could just, right, leave me the absolute, complete, and utter hell alone. But the fact of the matter is, these people cannot give me what they do not have. These people are lonely, right? They're lonely. They really don't understand, why does she always want to be by herself? Why is it that she never talks to anybody, talk to anybody? I say good morning and I keep it moving. I don't really engage in too many conversations, because it ends up, you know how you have conversations with people and it ends up going, you're like that's not where we need to be going right now. I'm limited edition. I'm not here for you to dump on. You cannot come up into my space and gossip to me about anybody, or talk about anybody with me, because that's not, the Bible says that's not right. Right? And nobody should be able to bring you no bad news. Right? Now, because you allow people to come into your space and bring you bad news, that's on you. Right? And yes, I saw this coming. I did. But I'm not going to lie to you and say that I'm not in my feelings because of it, because now in my mind, I'm like, where can I go? Right? And then I thought to myself, you know what, Yolanda? You know what, Miss B? God's gonna work this out. We don't know how it's gonna happen, but He gonna work it out, He has a plan. I don't know what it is, But even a student said to me, she says, well, how is it that the person who doesn't bother anybody is always the person that gets bothered? She says, you don't even do anything. You come to work, you mind your business, you do your job, you go home, just like you said, right? I don't know, but I'm in my feelings. I'm in my feelings, and I'm not happy about it. I know I've done nothing wrong. But I am grateful for this job. I have to say that. I'm able to do a lot of things because I have this job. Job market is very different. It's very difficult. It's very difficult for a lot of people to get a job right now. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I'm very grateful and thankful for what this job awards me. I'm grateful for my challenges, but you know, it would be so lovely to not always be under attack. You know, it would be so lovely to not always have to be like, oh, here's another challenge. Oh, and another challenge after that challenge. Oh, and here comes another challenge. Oh, wait, there's another challenge. Oh, no, one more challenge coming. Oh, yeah, we're just waiting for that last shoe to drop, you know. So if you're feeling that way, you're not the only one. I'm in my feelings too. I will pray for you as you will pray for me. It is Saturday. Tomorrow is going to be a much better day. Go to work on time. Do your job to the best of your ability. Mind your business at all times and go home to the life that you've been blessed with.